Have you ever woken up in the morning and realized something feels different? Not just the fog of sleep or the stiffness in your back. I'm talking about the kind of energy you used to wake up with in your 20s. That quiet, confident readiness in your body that reminded you, I am still a man. If that feeling has been missing lately, I want to let you in on a simple, natural secret that could help bring it back. And it starts with what you drink before bed. Hi, I'm Dr. James Whitaker from American Urologist, with over 25 years of experience helping men over 50 feel strong, confident, and connected to their health again. And tonight we are going to talk about one bedtime drink that may surprise you with just how powerful it is. But before I reveal this life-changing secret, let me tell you about Robert, a 64-year-old retired mechanic who came to my office 6 months ago, completely defeated. Dr. Whitaker, he said with his head in his hands, I can't remember the last time I woke up feeling like a man. My wife thinks I don't find her attractive anymore. I have no energy, no desire, and honestly, I'm starting to think my best days are behind me. Robert's story broke my heart because I see it every single day. Strong, capable men who've given up on feeling vital and alive, accepting decline as inevitable when the solution could be as simple as what they drink before bed. Today, I'm going to share the exact bedtime drink that transformed Robert's life and could transform yours. This isn't some magical potion or expensive supplement. It's a simple, natural blend that works with your body's own healing mechanisms to restore the energy, vitality, and confidence you thought were gone forever. Now, I know it sounds almost too simple. Just a drink before bed, really? But before you brush it off and move on to something flashier, stay with me because what I'm about to share with you is not some trending gimmick. It is not a magical potion pulled from the latest marketing hype. It is rooted in something much deeper, the actual biology of your body, especially after the age of 50. The biological betrayal happening inside your body. When you understand how these natural changes unfold inside you, this little bedtime habit suddenly makes a whole lot of sense. You see, as we get older, several systems in the body begin to slow down. Not dramatically all at once, but gradually, quietly, year by year. Your blood vessels, for instance, begin to lose some of their youthful elasticity. The flexible walls that used to open up easily to let blood flow through, they start to stiffen like old rubber hoses. Meanwhile, your testosterone, the very hormone that fuels desire, drive, and tissue repair, begins to decline in small, steady steps that rob you of your masculine vitality. And then there is sleep. It does not come as deeply or as restoratively as it once did. You might still get your hours, but your body does not use them as efficiently. The deep restorative sleep stages where your body repairs damaged tissues and produces testosterone become shorter and less effective. All of these factors combine into one critical issue: weakened nighttime recovery. This slower recovery affects many things, but it especially impacts blood flow. And let me tell you something important. When it comes to a man's sexual health, energy, and confidence, blood flow is everything. It is not about how much testosterone you have or how strong your muscles are. If the blood is not flowing properly to the right place at the right time, nothing works the way it should. Your ability to get and maintain an erection, even your ability to feel desire, starts with how well your circulatory system performs. That's exactly what was happening to Robert. His blood vessels had become stiff and inflamed from years of poor circulation. His testosterone was plummeting because his body couldn't achieve the deep sleep necessary for hormone production. He was trapped in a vicious cycle of decline that seemed unstoppable. But here's what changed everything for Robert, and what could change everything for you. The ancient secret that modern medicine ignores the bedtime drink I'm about to share isn't some new discovery. It's based on ingredients that have been used for centuries to support men's vitality and circulation. But modern medicine ignores these natural solutions because there's no profit in telling men to drink something they can make at home for pennies. The drink is elegantly simple: warm water, pure pomegranate juice, and a slice of fresh ginger. Just 3 ingredients. No added sugar, no caffeine, no artificial anything. Yet each of these 3 elements has a deeply important role in supporting your system, especially while you sleep. That is why this drink is not just a comforting evening ritual. It is a support tool, a signal to your body that it is time to rest, restore, and prepare for the next day with more strength and energy. Let me tell you exactly what each ingredient does and why this combination is so powerful for men over 50. The pomegranate miracle. Let us begin with the pomegranate juice. This fruit is not just delicious, it is a powerhouse of polyphenols, natural plant compounds that help relax the inner walls of your blood vessels. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses. When they are inflamed or stiff, water cannot flow through easily. Blood pressure rises, organs don't get the oxygen they need, and your penis, which requires massive blood flow for erections, suffers the most. But when the lining called the endothelium is smooth and healthy, everything flows better. Pressure drops, oxygen delivery improves, nutrients move freely, and your pelvic region, including your penis, gets exactly what it needs to stay strong and responsive. The research on pomegranate is staggering. A study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research followed 53 men with erectile dysfunction for 8 weeks. Those who drank pomegranate juice daily showed significant improvement in erection quality and duration compared to the placebo group. But here's what makes this even more powerful. Pomegranate doesn't just help with erections. The polyphenols actually repair damaged blood vessels, making them more flexible and youthful. It's like giving your entire circulatory system a complete renovation. That is the magic of polyphenols. They are not stimulants that force a temporary response. They are supporters, quietly repairing and rebuilding what time has worn down. They work with your body's natural healing mechanisms, not against them. The ginger breakthrough. Now let us talk about ginger. This little root, which you have probably used in tea or cooking, is doing something far more impressive than adding flavor. Ginger has long been known for its anti-inflammatory properties, but beyond that, it actually helps stimulate nitric oxide in the body. Nitric oxide is the chemical messenger that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen, allowing blood to flow where it needs to go. In fact, this is the same mechanism that performance-enhancing medications like Viagra try to mimic artificially. But with ginger, you are working with your body, not forcing it. It is gentle, natural, and safe. And that is something your body appreciates more and more with age. A study from the University of Maryland showed that men who consume ginger regularly had 17% better blood flow to their extremities, including the penis. But the benefits go far beyond circulation. Ginger also reduces inflammation throughout your body. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest killers of male vitality. It damages testosterone production, interferes with sleep quality, and accelerates aging. By reducing inflammation before bed, ginger helps your body achieve the deep, restorative sleep where real healing happens. The warm water secret. And then there is the warm water. Most people overlook this part, thinking it is just there to dilute the juice. But warmth is incredibly powerful for men's health. Warm water soothes your digestive system, helps regulate your nervous system, and even slightly expands your blood vessels, making it easier for nutrients to be absorbed and transported throughout your body. Think of it like a delivery truck with its engine already running. The warmth gets everything moving. So instead of the ginger and polyphenols just sitting in your stomach, they are circulated into your bloodstream where they can get to work while you sleep. But there's another crucial benefit of warm water before bed. It signals your body to begin the temperature drop necessary for deep sleep. Your core body temperature needs to decrease by 2 to 3 degrees for optimal sleep quality. Drinking something warm paradoxically helps this process by improving circulation and heat distribution. Robert's miraculous transformation. Let me tell you what happened when Robert started drinking this simple bedtime blend. The changes weren't immediate. Real healing takes time. But within the first week, he noticed he was sleeping more soundly and waking up less frequently during the night. By week 3, something remarkable happened. Dr. Whitaker, Robert told me with tears in his eyes, I woke up with my first morning erection in over 2 years. I thought that part of my life was over forever. But the physical changes were just the beginning. As Robert's circulation improved and his sleep deepened, his energy levels started returning. He began taking walks with his wife again, something he'd abandoned years earlier due to fatigue. 6 months later, Robert's transformation was complete. His testosterone had increased from 285 N-gear DL to 420 NERDL, levels most 40-year-olds would envy. His blood pressure dropped from 145/92 to 125/78. Most importantly, his relationship with his wife was completely renewed. "Doctor," Robert said during his follow-up visit, "my wife says she got her husband back. We're intimate again for the first time in 3 years. I feel like I've been given a second chance at life, and it all started with a simple bedtime drink." Now, I know some of you might be wondering, can this really make a difference? And I understand the skepticism. We've been conditioned to believe that if something isn't expensive or complicated, it can't work. But I have seen this work not just in research or textbooks, but in real men, patients, friends, even family members who tried it consistently and saw changes. Not overnight miracles, but steady improvements that compound over time. The science of nighttime recovery. Let me take you deeper into why nighttime is such a powerful and sacred window for men over 50. You see, most people think of sleep as the time when everything shuts off. But the truth is, for your body, it is the most active healing period of the entire day. It is during those quiet hours that your cells repair damaged DNA, your tissues rebuild stronger than before, and your most vital systems start recalibrating for the next day. Your hormones, for instance, begin to rebalance themselves in a complex dance of restoration. Testosterone, which naturally declines with age, is released in short, strategic pulses while you sleep. These bursts are essential for muscle repair, sexual function, energy production, and even mood regulation. Without quality sleep, testosterone production can drop by 30% or more, which explains why so many men feel like shells of their former selves. Your nervous system also goes through a dramatic shift during sleep. It moves out of fight or flight mode, the stressed, anxious state we often live in during the day, and into rest and digest mode. This shift is not just relaxing, it is regenerative. It gives your organs, especially your heart and blood vessels, the chance to function without the constant tension of stress hormones. Your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and your entire cardiovascular system gets a chance to repair and rebuild. And speaking of blood vessels, they too begin a beautiful rhythm overnight. They expand and contract gently, almost like they are being trained to stay elastic and youthful. That flexibility is what allows strong, steady blood flow the next morning, or prevents it. But here's the challenge that most men over 50 face. If you go to bed dehydrated, inflamed, bloated, or full of sugar and processed junk, your body does not get the break it deserves. Instead of healing, it goes into defense mode. Your vessels stiffen from inflammation. Your heart rate climbs as your body struggles to process toxins. Your digestive system stays overactive, stealing energy from repair processes. The result? Poor sleep, weaker circulation, more bathroom trips at night, and sluggish energy the next morning. That is why this drink we have been talking about is more than just a few healthy ingredients mixed together. It is not just about what is in the cup. It is about the message you are sending to your body before sleep. The powerful message you're sending. When you take a moment to prepare something that nourishes your circulation, supports your tissues, calms your digestive system, and reduces inflammation, you are saying something powerful without words. You are saying, I care about my recovery. I want to wake up strong. I am creating the environment where vitality is possible, not just wishing for it. And I promise you, your body hears that message loud and clear. It might not show up in a dramatic change overnight, but give it time. Night after night, your body begins to trust the rhythm. It starts repairing more deeply, functioning more efficiently. You may begin to notice small but meaningful changes that transform your daily experience. Fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom as your prostate inflammation reduces. A more consistent and stronger morning stream as circulation improves. An ease and comfort in your pelvic area that you haven't felt in years. More mental clarity when you open your eyes in the morning. Steady energy throughout the day instead of afternoon crashes. And yes, a return of that familiar sense of readiness, that quiet signal of healthy blood flow and restored masculine vitality. The complete evening protocol. Here is the beauty of this entire approach. The basic habit takes less than 2 minutes to prepare. There is no complexity, no scheduling, no prescription, just a few ingredients, a little intention, and a willingness to care for yourself gently without judgment. But if you want to go one step further and truly amplify the power of this drink, let me share the complete evening protocol that has transformed hundreds of my patients' lives. While the ingredients work on a chemical and cellular level, their effects are magnified when paired with gentle evening movement. I'm not talking about an intense workout that would interfere with sleep. I mean something restorative and calming. A peaceful 10-minute walk after dinner helps your digestive system process nutrients and signals your body to begin winding down. A short session of slow stretching in your living room releases physical tension and improves circulation to all your organs. Even just lying on your back for 5 minutes, breathing deeply with your eyes closed and one hand on your chest, can work wonders. These simple practices activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for real, deep sleep and balanced hormonal activity. When that system turns on, your body knows it's time to recover. Your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, stress hormones decrease, and healing hormones like growth hormone and testosterone begin their nightly surge. And that is when real healing begins in earnest. The sacred bedtime ritual. So here is your new bedtime routine, one that respects your age, your time, and your needs without demanding perfection or complexity. First, you move your body a little, nothing strenuous, just enough to get your blood flowing and signal the transition from day to night. Then you breathe deeply for a few minutes, allowing your nervous system to shift into recovery mode. Next, you prepare your drink with intention. Slice a thin piece of fresh ginger, pour 2 to 3 ounces of pure pomegranate juice, no added sugar, and add 6 to 8 ounces of warm water. Not hot, you don't want to destroy the nutrients. Finally, you sip it slowly, allowing your body to absorb every bit of its nourishment while your mind prepares for rest. This is not about chasing performance or trying to recapture your youth. It is not about pressure or unrealistic expectations. It is about creating space, physical, emotional, and hormonal space, for your body to show up the way it was designed to function. Over time, this becomes more than just a routine. It becomes a ritual, a sacred moment in your day that reconnects you with your strength, your wisdom, and your physical presence. It becomes a quiet yet powerful way of saying to yourself, I am still in this game. I still have power, and I choose to support myself every single night. There is dignity in that choice. There is beauty and wisdom in it too. The transformation that awaits. Let me share what happened to 3 more of my patients who embraced this simple protocol. William, age 62. Dr. Whitaker, after just 2 months of this bedtime drink, my wife commented that I seem like a different person. My energy is steady all day, I'm sleeping through the night, and our intimacy has returned after being non-existent for 3 years. I can't believe something so simple could be so powerful. Thomas, age 59. I was skeptical at first. How could a bedtime drink change anything? But after 6 weeks, I noticed I wasn't getting up to urinate 3 times a night anymore. My morning erections came back, and I feel 10 years younger. My doctor was amazed by my improved blood work. Samuel, age 67. This drink gave me my confidence back. I'm not tired all the time anymore. I can keep up with my grandchildren, and my wife says I'm more like the man she married 40 years ago. It's incredible what treating your body with respect can accomplish. These men didn't need expensive treatments or dangerous medications. They just needed to support their body's natural healing abilities with simple, consistent care. The choice that changes everything. So tonight, instead of numbing yourself with late-night television or mindlessly scrolling on your phone until sleep takes over, I invite you to try something different. Walk into your kitchen with purpose. Slice a piece of fresh ginger with intention. Pour a small glass of pure pomegranate juice mindfully. Add warm water gently and stir as if you are preparing medicine. Because you are. Drink with care. Drink as if you are reminding your body that it is valued, respected, and deserving of support. Not because of what it can do for others, but because of what it means to you. Because here is the truth you need to hear, and I want you to really listen to this. You are not past your prime. You are not broken. You are not too old to feel vital and alive. You are in a new chapter of your life, and that chapter can be strong, vibrant, and deeply fulfilling if you choose to support it with small, consistent acts of self-care and nourishment. Your best years are not behind you. They are waiting for the moment you decide to nourish them, support them, and believe in them again. This bedtime drink is just the beginning. It's your first step back to feeling like the man you've always been inside. Strong, capable, and alive with possibility. So thank you for spending these minutes with me. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe not just to this channel, but to a new kind of health. One rooted in wisdom, natural strength, and the quiet confidence that comes from caring for your body with respect and love. Your transformation starts tonight. Your renewed vitality is waiting in your kitchen. The only question is, are you ready to claim it?